Henry Keith Watson remembers April 29, 1992 as if it just happened. History won't allow him to forget it.
I can't run away from this.
It was the beginning of one of the most destructive race riots in American history.
I, along with so many others, wasn't in my right frame of mind. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to put it in words, honestly. You had to have been there.
That day, a jury with no black members acquitted 4 Los Angeles police officers in the videotaped beating of Rodney King, a black man who had been stopped for speeding.
I was angry as a black man, as an individual, and collectively, I was upset as well, because we were tired, of receiving vicious whoopings and nothing being done about it.
Thousands poured out onto the streets. Their outrage turned into burning, looting, and eventually violence against other people. Watson made a fateful decision to join the angry mob.
I mean, two wrongs don't make a right, but it is what it is.
And with 3 other men, he attacked a white trucker named Reginald Denny.
You regret that?
Do I regret what?
What happened with Reginald Denny?
It was a chain of events that I had no control of, so, I mean, I can't say,
The man at the center of the story, Rodney King, says it wasn't the anger in South Los Angeles that surprised him.
The FBI had told us earlier on, they said they don't know which way this thing is going to go. But we have a feeling if it doesn't go your way, or if it doesn't go the way it's supposed to go, there may be some civil uprising.
But the level of violence.
Seeing all the looting and riot out there was, whoa, it was like, it felt like Armageddon, and it was like, why would I have to be living in this time?
A week later, 55 people were dead, 2,300 were injured, $1 billion worth of damage was done.
I go outside and fires on the horizon, fires in the neighborhood, in their community.
Reverend CECIL Murray, a retired pastor and black community leader, says back then Mayor Tom Bradley and Police Chief Daryl Gates hadn't spoken for a year since the King beating attracted worldwide attention.
There was a police mentality that had been prevalent for years.
The horror laid bare decades of racial strife.
So the Rodney King riots were about racial tension and real hostility between the black community in particular and LAPD.
One which civil rights advocate Connie Rice says included outright racism towards blacks.
Well, the riots were the last spark. I mean, people had had enough, and they basically said, okay, that's it. If they can get away with beating Rodney King, and there is no resolve through the legal system.
Rice, who sued the LAPD many times about police brutality, now works with police leadership to help effect change.
And if you look at the surveys, highly educated, frequent voters in the upper-class African-American community have a very positive view of LAPD that they did not have 20 years ago.
Visually, it doesn't seem like much in South Central LA has changed. Tom's liquor store, where the first distress call came as the riots began, still stands.
And we're working hard to be back on the normal condition, which according to the people around here, they want to come here shopping for after 10 o'clock.
Owner James O wasn't behind the counter when the riots happened, but he says unlike the previous owner, he has a positive relationship with his customers.
I have energized for the positive and to make a more better community store around here.
Art's famous chili dogs also withstood the trouble. It's where we spoke with Henry Watson.
Ain't nothing changed here on Florence and Orange. Well, we got a AutoZone in the subway. Please, nothing's changed.
He made his peace with Reginald Denny years ago when he apologized to him on national television. Denny didn't respond to our requests for an interview. He lives a quiet life in Arizona.
I mean, life's a journey. Life goes on. What can I say? Because of April 29th, and that's why you're talking to me 20 years later.
While Watson says he's changed personally, he thinks the problems within his neighborhood remain the same, and hopes the anxieties of those who live there don't boil over once again. John Moan, Associated Press, Los Angeles.